I wasn't planning on recording anymore today. Uh, oh, okay. So apparently there's performance upgrades that I don't have. I didn't know. I thought I thought my car was max tuned, but apparently I was probably struggling in some of those races and not doing as well as perhaps I could have been. Is because actually in real life my car wasn't as tuned as it could have been. Also, I did genuinely choose that vinyl for the side of my car because it's a babe. It's basic that's no one judge me, please. Look at that and tell me you wouldn't have that on the side of your car in the year 2017. You can't. You can't convince me that you wouldn't because you would. Anyway, I wasn't planning on recording anymore today. I thought I was all done recording after I did one episode of this. Uh, and then I said I was going to record loads and loads of something tomorrow, which I am still planning on doing. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be that I record a whole bunch of tomorrow. I'll have to I'll have to have a look through what games I'm playing and see what actually needs recording, what I could spend time recording. I need to make sure I actually fucking wake up tomorrow. That'd be nice, so that I can do that because I still need to do some of those tasks for the old um, sixth form that I'm going into. So I need to make sure I get them tasks done. In between, after I finished recording yesterday, I changed the color of the spoiler to match the vinyl. I changed it from green to purple. I also changed the exhaust tip color and the engine color to purple as well, just to like have everything match up. I think it raised my what's it, the little star. I'm gonna call it star power. I can't actually remember what it's called. Reputation. I think it raised that ever so slightly because I leveled up to level 3 paint instead of just having level 1. So that should mean I get slightly more reputation points for these races, but I'm not. I think what style points. That's what they're called, style points. I think what they do is give you. I think once you get to certain levels on those, that's what unlocks visual and performance mods and stuff. I'm pretty sure. That would make sense. That's how I'd do it, probably. If I wasn't going to do it so you unlocked upgrades after like certain events, I'd do it so you unlock them based on how many style points you had. Anyway, yeah, after I finish this tournament, I should be able to get one of those Honda S2000s that I was talking about for fucking hours in last week's episode. Since recording last week's episode, I've played, I think, 18 or 20 races on Import Tuner Challenge. Oh fuck, that's that's not gonna that's not gonna work out for me. I mean, this is a tournament, so I can afford to have one race where I come in second, but I've gone down to third now, so I need to step it up. Luckily, it looks like that guy was barely fucking moving. And this guy around here, I should be able to catch up to because I still have all of my NOS. And I'm still 1.1 seconds behind, going into a twisty bit where I've fucked it completely. But I've closed the gap, is what's important. So I'm going to try and use this to my advantage and overtake him as we come into the final 2 corners of this race. I think I said this weirdly just then, I'm not sure. Okay, well, fuck you. Yeah, but I got this opportunity to record because my mum dragged my dad to cinema to see the movie Girls Trip. And I heard that title and I knew, you know when you hear a movie title and you just know. I had that kind of reaction. They said, "Oh, we're going to cinema." And I said, "You're going to cinema without me?" someone that's watched a movie literally every day for the last like 2 weeks, and they went, well, I didn't say that last part, that was just a bit of background for viewers. And they said, my dad said, we're going to see Girls Trip, and I went, oh, never mind, because it's, yeah, like I said, it's one of those movie titles where I didn't even deserve that. I barely even steered in that direction. Come on, be nice. It's like I said, it's like the traffic is magnetized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I skimmed out on that. And I looked it up on IMDb just after they left. What the fuck is this? And that was a late reaction to having that crash. But, you know, I mean, I don't fucking understand why I keep hitting all the traffic. I shouldn't be hitting all the traffic. I'm a better driver than this. I swear. Was it Forza Horizon 3 where those guys got together and like proved that the drivatars would deliberately aim for you while you were driving? Which is something pretty much anyone would have been able to guess, but it's nice when that kind of stuff gets proven and you don't look like a crazy salty guy that's just mad that he keeps crashing into traffic. I mean, you could have figured out that drivatars deliberately crashed into you all the way back on, like, from when they were first introduced in Forza 5, you know, but still, I mean, they're called drivatards for a reason. But still, you know, like I said, it's nice when that kind of stuff gets proved to be real and you don't look like a mad salty guy. I'm kind of getting that feeling with this. But it's like, instead of the AI deliberately aiming for me, it's me somehow getting deliberately aimed at the AI. If you see what I mean? I'm not really sure how to explain it, but you see what I mean. Yeah, anyway, I looked up Girls Trip on IMDb, and I was right. It's literally every let's go on a road trip, but it's just girls, and there's lol girl humor, I guess. It looks awful. And I need to stop going on the wrong side of the road there because it's just not working out, he says as he drives on the wrong side of the road. In England and Japan, we drive on this side and it's fine. I don't know what the Americans' fucking problem is. Yeah, I got myself a Z32 on Import Tuner Challenge. I'm really looking for games that have the Z31, but it looks like the only games with the Z31 are Gran Turismo and Tokyo Extreme Racer. I mean, Drift 2 definitely has it. Drift 1, I think, has it as well. It's probably in one of the highway games as well. For fuck's sake, I was trying to hug to the wall. I don't know what... Like, I know that the car, like, jumped out back into the road because I turned that way. But, you understand my complaint, right? It's like, that shouldn't have happened. I should have been able to just keep it on the... I know what it is. It feels like the car gets more responsive when there's traffic near it. If you see what I mean. I fucking hate it. It's not fun. Did I come third? I fucking swear I was in second. Oh, bullshit. I'll just win I'll win the next 2 races and it'll be fine. I'm being told to better actually do something. Oh, right. My cute anime girls in Vietnam webcomic idea that I had. I'll talk about that if you want, but it's not that interesting. It's just one big Creedence Clearwater Revival meme. So I don't know. I'll make it at some point probably, but I need to get good at drawing. Have the time to draw. Which I'm probably not going to have for like the next 2 years if I'm being in sixth form. And then Jesus, it's going to be... I'll get around to it at some point. I'll start producing media content of some kind in the future. You know, whether it's writing or drawing comic books and stuff. I have lots of ideas that I want to get out there. They're not all 100% original. And there's like pretty much nothing groundbreaking. Because all of my stories seem to end in like the main characters, and no, not just the main characters, all of the characters being killed. Like, and they don't all die in one big battle at the end, you know, they progressively die one by one a lot of the time. Sometimes they survive, but in the ones where they survive, it's in like a story where they just move on to do exactly the same thing they just did a minute ago, but somewhere else, if you see what I mean. I gotta try and block. Gotta try and block. Got him. Got him. Yeah, I'll make stuff at some point. You know, as much as I want to play every racing game ever made, I also want to get some real shit going. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I went the long way. That was a retarded idea. Well, at least I'm definitely going to win this one. And I totally haven't just jinxed myself. I'll take that shortcut there. Hopefully it'll shave lap time off that my jinxing would have added. Although I'm not entirely sure if that's how it works, that's how I'm going to hope it works. And it looks like it has worked, because down here in the storm drain, there's pretty much nothing to crash into. So I'll just bring it on home. One more race, and then I can grab my S2000 and straight tune it. I don't want the Henshin Auto vinyl. I just got this exclusive vinyl, right? So, I mean, the exclusive vinyl is definitely worth more style points than whatever vinyl it was that I just unlocked. I was thinking earlier. And one, I need to get a better mic. That's something I need, is a better mic. Fucking Shamey has a better mic than me, and he doesn't even make videos. Although he is planning on it, so by the time this video comes out, chances are he will have made something. He's planning on doing like a Need for Speed Underground Let's Play as well, alongside his Dungeon Keeper Let's Play. If he has made videos by the time this one comes out, I'll give him a link in the description. But if there's nothing in the description, then you can assume that he hasn't. And he's just got a good mic. He got a good mic for a tenner on Amazon. But the problem is I can't get a good mic for a tenner. I have to go a bit more expensive because I need a USB mic. And I've talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. And the only reason I need a USB mic is because Asus, the company that made the laptop I have, is run by fucking kikes that couldn't even implement a little plug for me to put in a 3.5mm head microphone jack, because it doesn't work. I've searched this up and I've tried and proved it for myself. You cannot get a microphone working with the Asus laptop that I have. I've been forced into buying a USB mic. And that's just the way it is. I knew I shouldn't have gone the wrong way, on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, I'm gonna, just like I often say, you know, like I used to say avoid El Gato before I figured out the problem was on my end. I'm going to tell you now, avoid... Come on! I fit through that gap. Fuck you. There was no crash there. Oh, fuck off, spawning cars in the lane that I'm trying to drive in. I got distracted. Yep. You know, maybe try and avoid Asus laptops and stuff, because they've been deliberately dewed so that you can't use a millimeter jack fucking microphone. I don't know how many people will hear this warning and heed it, but I do just want to let you know that that is a thing that they do, that happens. I've got to beat this guy or I'm not going to win this, and I'll have to do it again. To be honest, I think there's still like 10 minutes before the film starts, so I've got plenty of time to record a bunch of episodes if I want to. Which is actually a pretty neat idea. I don't have a lot of hard drive space left, because I've got a whole fucking shit ton of films downloaded. So what I might do is delete those off my hard drive and watch them later. Because I've had The Iron Giant sitting around waiting to be watched, because somehow I've never watched The Iron Giant. And it looks like I'm going to have to delay watching The Iron Giant for a while. Just because, you know, I need the hard drive. I want the hard drive space for recording vidgams and stuff. So I won that race. Oh wait, no, there's still a lap. Alright, never mind. I might have told this story before, but when I was a kid, playing Ford Racing 2, there was this thing that my dad used to do where, in that game, that game had a handbrake. Like, there are plenty of racing games that have handbrakes, but I'd never used them before because I was still a little kiddie winkle. And like the most advanced racing game I played, other than Ford Racing 2, was like Motocross Madness, and motocross bikes don't have handbrakes. And I also played like this Bob the Builder game that had a racing mode. Anyway, the actual mechanic of using a handbrake isn't what's important to this story. What is important is that what my dad used to do was he'd spin the car 180 degrees across the finish line, and I thought that looked cool. So after I saw him do that, I tried to do it myself on a 3-lap race. Problem being, I only did 2 laps before I did it, and because I was a kid, I played it on easy mode, because my dad would be like, "You're playing on easy," and I'd be like, "Yeah, well, I'm a kid, Dad. Be cool." And yeah, so I had this big lead, and in my head, I got the idea that it was the final lap. So I did the 180 across the finish line, and I sat there, and I looked at him over my shoulder, and I grinned, and then I looked back at the game, and it had just flicked over to lap 3 out of 3, and the pack just shot past me while I was sitting there, facing the wrong way in the middle of the road like a complete tart. And I haven't gotten any more observant of racing games since. That's the level I'm stuck at, being a kid that spins his car around 180 degrees too soon. So I've still got plenty of time to record, so I might do 1 or 2 more episodes. Next week, I'm going to buy the Honda S2000, tune it up, which is just going to consist of changing green parts to yellow, and maybe a couple of body kit bits, and then go for a race.